Okay, so let's begin by checking our posture, how we're sitting. You can sit on the floor, you can sit on a cushion if you want. You could also do this in a chair if you'd like. Just a number of ways to comport your legs. You can have them parallel to each other like mine are. You can crisscross at your ankles if you like. Or maybe there's another way. So once you find some comfort with your posture, maybe consider lengthening your body up a little taller. We can rock a little bit left and right if you want, forward and backward, just to kind of get a sense of your spine and where it meets your legs. And we could also make some circles. Make some circles around around the tops of our legs a few times. So I'm holding my knees down. You could hold your knees down if you wanted to, just to kind of help you to lean in one direction or the other. Hi there, Francisco. And going in either direction. Maybe reaching one arm out over your head if you like. And then to the other side. And then if you'd like, we could make some circles with our chin and moving it around our neck. Just experimenting, exploring with moving of your neck. You can make a full circle if you want here, or half circle. Just feel free to explore the movement of your neck. Another thing we can do with our neck is actually use our hands, kind of pushing our head into our hand. You might feel this in your neck a little bit. Maybe pushing your forehead into your hand and then the back of your head into your hand. It's just to kind of get a sense of those muscles back there. All right, let's do movement of our eyes. Now, the eyes are so important for us in so many ways throughout our life, but we often neglect them or don't take care of them. And so these movements of our eyes are to help to strengthen the muscles of the eyes, to tone the optic nerve. So let's start by having our eyes open. And if you'd like, you can look straight up and then down. Just moving our eyes up and down. All right, just moving our eyes up and down a few more times. Kind of getting a sense of your eyes in their sockets. And then back to center. Close the eyes, rest for a few moments. And then open the eyes once again, looking to the far right of your vision. And then the far left. Right and left. And continue at your own pace. Try to keep your head as still as possible. Left and right, just going in a horizontal direction. And then back to center. When you're ready, close the eyes and rest. And opening the eyes once again. So imagine the face of a large clock in front of you. This time we'll turn the eyes in a clockwise direction around the face of the clock, starting at 12, and then 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, etc., going around the face of the clock, in a clockwise direction. All right, so we're bringing our eyes to the periphery of their vision and going all the way around. You might notice your eyes might skip going around. They might move or jump. If that's the case for you, just go a little slower. Slow it down a little bit. There's no hurry. There's no rush. And when the eyes next come up to 12, bring them back to center, close, and rest. Okay, and then let's open the eyes once again, looking up at 12, and then counterclockwise, 11 o'clock, 10, 9, etc. Continuing to go around the clock's face, checking out all the numbers around the face of an imaginary clock in front of you. Right, stretching the muscles of the eyes out. Back to 12, and then center, close, rest. Let's join the palms together in front of the heart, and then if you'd like, rub the palms of your hands vigorously, creating heat. And then cupping your hands over your eyes. Once the heat dissipates, letting your fingers come down your face and gently rubbing your eyelids. Gently rubbing your eyelids. Okay. All right, let's transition to standing. So going from sitting down to standing up. So see if you can make your way up to your yoga mat, where we'll do our first series of sun salutes, salutations to the sun. These exercises were traditionally done in the morning at sunrise, a way of honoring the sun, appreciating the sun. Okay, so starting at the top of your mat, and bringing our palms together in front of us, reaching forward and then up, locking the thumbs. You could extend your arms up out of your shoulders if you'd like, reaching up. And then folding forward. You might notice the backs of your legs here as you let your arms dangle, your head dangle, your neck soften, taking some bigger breaths here. The wonderful thing about this posture that I find is that I start to notice other parts of my body that I haven't been really paying much attention to, like the backs of my legs. So you might notice sensation in the back of your legs. And then stepping your left foot back as far as you want to take it, lowering your knee down. You might feel this around the top of your legs. You could rock a little bit forward and backward if you want. kind of feeling other parts of our body. Usually we don't think very much about our body. We're often lost in thoughts, lost in our plans and our objectives, our goals for the day, the week, or the month, or the year, or our lifetime. And we forget that we have a body. So this is an opportunity to kind of remember our body, bring our awareness to our physical body. And here we're noticing specifically the tops of our legs. When you're ready, feel free to slide your right foot back to meet your left. You can readjust your hands, the positioning of your hands, maybe making your fingers wider, turning them outwards a little bit, straightening your elbows so that the strength here is coming not so much from your arms as much as from your shoulders and your pectoral muscles. I've got my toes curled under my feet and lifting my knees up and back. And just kind of letting your head, your neck muscles disengage. Maybe taking a few breaths here. Disengage the muscles around your neck, in between your shoulders. Maybe just a few more seconds here. Noticing what you notice in your body. Doing yoga helps to take us out of paying too much attention to what we're thinking, and replaces our attention to our physical body. Okay, let's lower our knees down. Take a moment to let your head adjust here. You can adjust the distance between your knees and your hands. And take time to notice your body. The point here is not to compete with ourselves or with anybody, but to notice our body. So we put it in different forms and see what we experience here. We can begin to shift our body a little bit forward, maybe engaging our core muscles here, and then bending our elbows to lower ourselves down. Resting a few moments, bringing our feet together, and lifting up our head, neck, and shoulders. Take a moment to hold here. You can release your hands if you like. Breathe. Place your hands back down, push up and back. Downward dog. Again, disengaging our neck and shoulders. Straightening our elbows. And then stepping our left foot forward. Lowering our back knee. A little rocking here, feeling the legs. We don't have to be flexible to do yoga. We just put ourselves in various forms to whatever degree our body allows. And then we notice what we feel in our body. There's not a wrong feeling here. It's really you decide how much time to spend in a particular form of yoga. You decide how much time to spend in these, and you can always adjust within the yoga form. I'm just showing an example of how you could do it, but feel free to explore changes in the distance between your feet, how close your shoulders are to your knee, where you place your head. All right, when you're ready, let's slide or step our back foot forward. Perhaps straightening your knees or keeping them bent. Just explore. So yoga is more of an exploration and investigation than it is a doing it right or wrong. We're exploring, we're investigating. And take in some more breath here if you like. Maybe deepening your breath, breathing in a little deeper. And then if you like to roll yourself up, roll your back up to standing. And feeling any slight subtle sensations in your spine as you come up to standing. And continuing to raise your arms up overhead. Reaching up, locking your thumbs, extending straight up. And then hands together in front of your sternum. Let's do number 2. Ready? Reaching your arms up overhead. You can always sit this one out too if you prefer. You can always sit this one out. Hands coming down towards your feet. Right foot stepping back this time. A little rocking if you want. And then left foot stepping back. Lifting our knees up. Lowering our knees down. Bending our elbows. And then lifting our head, neck, and shoulders. When you're ready, you can lift your knees up once again, lowering your head. Right foot stepping forward. A little rocking here if you wish. And then left foot stepping forward. And again, rolling yourself up to stand. Just feeling that any sensations in your backside as you roll up in your neck. Letting your head come up last. Arms coming up overhead, locking your thumb, a little back bend if you want. And then palms descending to your sternum. All right, I'll continue to go. Number 3, arms reaching up overhead. And then folding forward. We'll try to do this one if you want. We try to do this one in a kind of fluid motion, continuous motion. Left foot stepping back, lifting our head a little bit, and then right foot sliding or stepping back, and then lifting our knees up, lowering our knees back down, bending our elbows, coming down, lifting our head, and then lifting our knees up again as our head lowers. Left foot stepping forward, lifting our chin, and right foot stepping forward. Bend your knees or straighten, and then rolling up to standing. Arms coming up overhead. And then palms in front of the heart. Let's do this next one also kind of fluidly. And if you'd like, you can add in connecting your breathing with the movement of your arms. Ready? Palms together. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and fold forward. Inhaling the right foot back. Exhaling the left foot back and lifting the knees off the ground. Inhaling, lowering the knees. Exhaling, bending the elbows. Come all the way down. Inhaling, lifting up the head and shoulders. Exhaling, lifting up the knees, lowering the head. Inhaling the right foot forward. Exhaling the left foot forward. Inhaling to roll on up to stand. Continue to lift your arms up. And exhale the hands in front of the heart. Okay. You continue to move, kind of a fluid motion here. Arms overhead. You can do this connecting with your breathing if you want, or not. It's your choice. Left foot stepping back. Right foot stepping back. Lowering the knees and lowering the shoulders and head. Lifting up the shoulders and head. Lifting the knees. Left foot forward. And right foot forward. Rolling on up. And palms in front of the heart. A couple more of these, arms sweeping up. And folding forward. Making it fluid, right foot stepping back. And left foot stepping back. Lowering the knees and bending the elbows. Lifting the head. Turning to downward dog. Right foot stepping forward. Left foot forward. Roll on up. Arms come up. Bending back. And hands in front of the heart. Okay, one more. Feel free to skip this next one if you want to. If you need to take a rest, you can always watch. That goes for any of these yoga forms we do. Ready? Okay, last one. Arms coming up. And folding forward. Left foot back. Right foot back. And lower your knees and down the elbows. Lift up the head. Downward dog. Left foot forward. And right foot forward. Roll up. Arms overhead. And palms in front of the heart. All right. So let's take a few moments to feel what we feel in our body. And take a few breaths. And notice the space around you. And notice the space between your body and the walls around you. So we're noticing the space in between ourselves and the walls, in front and behind us, on the sides of us. And feeling any sensations in our body. All right, let's try tree pose. For this one, we'll start out shifting our weight to one leg and lifting our foot to our ankle, calf, or thigh. Hands in front of the heart, extending up our spine. And if you feel balance, you can reach your arms up over your head. If you feel like you're gonna fall, you can always hold on to the wall or to a chair. Release, and let's try the other side. Arms come up. And one more, we can try the triangle. Make some space between our feet, arms over our legs. One arm comes down, the other arm comes up. You could look down towards your foot or up towards the ceiling. Extending your spine away from your legs, extending it out. And then coming back up. Try the other side, just changing the direction of our feet. And front arm comes down, back arm comes up. Right, looking down or up, either way. Really encourage you to experiment here. See what you're feeling, what you're noticing in your body. And then coming back up. Take a moment to rest. And coming back to your physical body, noticing any sensations in your physical body, and also becoming aware of the space between your body and the walls in your space, in the space you're occupying. Lay down on our back. The remaining part of the class will be on the floor. So feel free to lay down on your backside. Resting our body here. There's a tendency when you're resting to your mind to shoot off into different directions, thinking about the future, planning, making goals, wondering if you've made the right decision to be doing this at the present moment. All kinds of thoughts might be flung through your mind. Let's see if you can just recognize those thoughts and bring your attention to the backside of your body where it's connecting to the floor. Right? Noticing any sensations between your backside and the floor underneath you. Maybe checking out the flow of your breathing. And you can also rest all the muscles throughout your body, your face, shoulders, neck, arms, legs. Keeping in mind it's by resting the muscles in our body that they stretch. And roll onto our side and onto our front, recentering on that for some strengthening yoga forms. So start out by bringing our hands underneath our shoulders, forehead to the mat, feet together, elbows into our sides, and lifting up our head. You can also lift up your hands if you like. Maybe stretch your arms behind you, interlacing your hands, squeezing your shoulders together. And then releasing. Hands to our side. Or you could also rest your head on your hands. And then focusing on our left leg, lifting our left leg up, holding it up there. And lowering our left leg down, lifting our right leg up. And lowering down, left leg up again. And holding. And lowering down, right leg up. And lowering down and resting. All right. Feel free to bring your hands underneath your shoulders and I'm going to press up and back a little bit so we're on all fours. One other thing we can do is stretch out our left leg. So extending our left leg behind us and our right arm in front of us. Just holding there. Just holding here if you'd like. And extending your left leg towards the wall behind you, your right arm towards the wall in front of you. Might feel a little spaciousness in your back doing this, as well as engagement of the muscles in your back. And then lowering your right hand, your left knee, stretching out your right leg, and when you're ready, when you have your balance, your left arm and holding, breathing easy. Feeling those muscles working in your backside. And then lowering your hand, lowering your knee. We'll try the other side again if you'd like. One more time on each side with a slight variation. So you could keep your leg and arm here, or if you want, bend your knee and reach back behind you, taking hold of your foot. Once you have your foot, if you can grab your foot, then pushing your foot into your hand. Right. Kind of lifting up, maybe lifting your chin up, and then releasing. And then lowering our hand and knee, and try the other side, stretching out our right leg and left arm. And again, you could keep your hand here and your leg here, or if you want, bending your knee and reaching back behind for your foot or ankle or even your pant leg, and then pushing your foot into your hand. Feel a little arch there in your back maybe, and then release and lowering. All right, then from here we can do cat-cow. So we make a shape of a cat. The cat stretches out their back, make the shape of a cat's spine as we lift it up, and then the shape of a cow as we lower our abdomen down. So this is called cat-cow. And then lifting and lowering our tailbone. All right, and feel free to bring your knees to one side, sit down. We can do some forward folds from here. Forward folds. So the first one is to stretch out one leg and bring the other foot on the inside of your extended leg. It could be here, it could be closer to your foot if you want it, whatever is comfortable for you. You can always put a cushion down underneath your knee, right, kind of like so. Right, if your knee doesn't want to go down to the floor, that's okay. It doesn't have to be down on the floor. And then reaching for your ankles, right? If you want to touch your toes, you can do it that way. You can always bend your knee if you need to, or just grab hold of your ankle. Remembering that yoga is not a competition. There's no wrong way or right way to do these. We just experiment, see what our body feels, listen to our body to help us make decisions on how to move our body. Maybe softening the muscles in our neck and shoulders. And then coming back up. Right, let's try the other side. And just kind of sliding our hand down. See how far your body wants to go. I'm noticing a little pain here in my hip as I come forward. So I'm just gonna take my time here, no hurry. I can adjust my knee in some way. Maybe I can try a cushion under it. Yeah, that feels better. So, these are the things, I'm just sharing these things so you can, as an example of how you could navigate this, right? If you're feeling pain in certain parts of your body, you don't have to force yourself to sit with pain. You can use cushions and things like that, chairs to help you out. So maybe resting your shoulders, your neck. Now I'm curious, I want to see what happens if I do it like this again. Yeah, and that pain's not there anymore for some reason. It disappeared. So you can continue to explore. Does pain come and go, or does it persist? If it persists, maybe let up. Try again another time. Okay, and then coming up, let's do bound angle form. This is where we bring the soles of our feet together. You can clasp your hands around your toes, just letting your knees splay to the sides, gently lowering down. So focusing on the place where our legs meet our torso. You can lean forward a little bit if you'd like to here. Maybe leaning forward. Extending out one leg, bringing the other foot up, or the other knee up rather. And then if you like, step that foot over your leg, wrapping your arm, hand behind your back and turning. Nice little twist here to the spine. Use your arm, this hand to help support your back as you turn. All right, back to center, switch the legs around. And turn the other way. Maybe drawing your navel in a little bit as you twist. Notice you can only go so far before your back stops. And then back to center. Okay, let's stretch our legs out. And then using our core muscles to lower ourselves down. You could use your hands as well if you need to. Lowering down onto our back side. Resting our head, neck, shoulders, back, everything. I'll do our inversion for the day. So if you want to bring your knees up, your feet close to your body, and then push into your heels so that your low back comes up. So we're getting our heart a little bit above our head. You can bring your hands down to the mat, just place your palms down and push into your hands a little bit to help lift your low back up. Holding there. Taking some time to breathe. You can lift your head up and roll higher onto your shoulders if you'd like. Check to see how your shoulders feel, how your neck feels, not to do any injury to them. Noticing if there's pain or if there's just simple sensations there. You might notice some sensations in your low back. And let's lower our back down, kind of walking our shoulders out, stretching out our legs, resting. All right. Feel free to reach your arms over your head and then engaging your core, lifting yourself up. Come around, sit cross-legged, or yoga mudra, the yogic seal. We take our hands behind our back, take hold of one wrist with the other hand, and draw our forehead down towards the ground. Some people, your head may not go all the way down to the ground. That's okay. Just go down as low as you feel comfortable. And then coming back up. Take all the time you need here to come back up. You can make this a slow movement. A few moments to rest. See how your body's feeling after all we've done. Kind of checking internally with yourself. Being mindful of our body. Being mindful of our body. Noticing any sensations here. And then I want to invite you to lay down if you wish. Turn the lights out in my own space. And you're invited to do the same if you'd like. Whatever helps you to rest your body. Put a blanket over yourself if you wish. We'll do a quick tightening and releasing of all the major muscle groups. You want to take a big breath in and hold it. Squeezing our hands, our arms, our legs, lifting up our arms, legs, and head. Squeezing and then releasing. This helps to stimulate a sense of ease in the body. And then we, on purpose, disengage all the muscles in our legs, in our feet, throughout our face, throughout our arms, all the muscles in our abdomen. Maybe becoming aware of the organs in our abdomen, the various organs like our stomach. All the while resting your whole body, letting your whole body be at ease. Maybe for another 30 seconds in silence. Stretching your arms over your head. Maybe breathing in a little bit more air. Feel free to roll to one side if you'd like. Lifting yourself up to a seat when you're ready. Or staying on your back longer if you prefer. You can always stay longer on your back side. Okay, we'll do some pranayama. These are breathing exercises. And a real simple one. These are breathing exercises with movement of our arms and hands. So this first one, breathing in and lifting our arms up, and breathing out and lowering our arms down. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel free to adjust your hands and your arms if you want to move them up higher, you're welcome to. Or maybe make the movement smaller. That's also an option. Another movement we can try is placing the palms together, inhaling and exhaling. And maybe for about 15 more seconds. And then resting our hands. And then using our hands now, breathing in and opening our hands. And breathing out and closing our fingers. Inhaling and exhaling. You can actually look at one hand, maybe choose one hand to look at. You will connect your breathing with the opening and closing of your fingers. Another 10 seconds if you'd like. And one last breathing practice. You can try alternate nostril breathing. Take one finger and place it to close off one nostril, just placing it to the outside of your nostril, pressing it closed, exhaling through the other nostril, inhaling through that nostril, switching your hand, your finger to the other nostril, pressing it closed, and exhaling, inhaling, and continue at your own pace. With alternate nostril breathing helps to balance the two hemispheres of the brain. You can have your eyes opened or closed. And then returning your breathing to normal. And closing with a period of just doing nothing. Maybe for about 20 or 30 seconds, just sitting. Nothing to do, no technique to try. Just simply to be, maybe noticing your physical body, any sensations there. You can even look down at your body to notice it being there. Also noticing the space that you're in. Okay, noticing at the same time your body and your being in this particular space. And just continue in silence for maybe another 20 seconds. Closing our class, if you'd like, place our palms together, closing dedication. May all beings be safe. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy.